Lisa and her family cheerfully chatted as they ate their dinner. Her little brother, Oliver, secretly fed his peas to the dog as their dad went on one of his usual monologues about the magic of modern technology. He was always buying the craziest new gadgets. Tonight, he was showing off his electric dinner platter. Oliver, done feeding the dog, leans back in his chair and puts his feet up on the table. Lisa's mom knocks his feet off, making it clear that she's tired of Lisa and Oliver breaking the rules all the time. Lisa's dad warned Oliver that if he didn't start following the rules, they were going to have to replace him with the robot boy he found in one of his tech catalogs. Everyone laughed. Then, Oliver and Lisa race each other to the bathroom to brush their teeth. Lisa won, like she does every night. The next night at dinner, Oliver puts his feet up on the table. Lisa started to laugh and looked over at her parents, expecting them to be laughing too. But this time, they weren't. Their faces were stone cold. Lisa and Oliver both quiet down. Oliver takes his feet off the table, and they all eat the rest of their dinner in silence. Lisa and Oliver don't race to the bathroom that night. As they silently brush their teeth, Lisa can't shake the feeling of her parents' cold stare. Suddenly, the door creaks open, and her mother reaches into the bathroom, grabbing Oliver by the arm. She looks at Lisa with her usual bright smile and says, "Sweet dreams," before dragging Oliver out of the bathroom. The next morning, things feel normal again. As Lisa and Oliver walk to school, Lisa tries switching lunches with Oliver, like they do every day, but Oliver refuses. He tells Lisa that their parents had said not to switch lunches. Lisa thought that was weird. It had never bothered Oliver before. Lisa's lunch that day tastes boring. She misses the surprise sandwich and the thrill of reading the note that was meant for Oliver. Why was Oliver all of a sudden following every silly rule? On the way home from school, Lisa is determined to have fun with her brother. She tries to get him to play on their neighbor's tire swing. She tries to get him to splash around in puddles. She even tries to get him to stop at his favorite candy store. But Oliver won't do any of it. He just keeps saying the same thing. Our parents told us not to. They walk home in silence. It was a warm day, so Lisa takes off her jacket, then reaches over to help Oliver take off his. Oliver hits her hand away. Their parents told him never to take off his jacket. This shocks Lisa. Something was different about Oliver. Something was wrong, but he won't tell her what it is. That night, dinner is silent. Oliver doesn't sneak his vegetables to the dog or put his feet up on the table. By the time dinner is over, Lisa had enough of this. She wanted the old Oliver back. She wanted things to be like they were the day before. Lisa doesn't even try to race Oliver to the bathroom. But while they are brushing their teeth, she gets an idea. Oliver could never turn down a splash fight. She splashes some water from the sink at him and closes her eyes, bracing for him to return fire. But he doesn't. Lisa opens her eyes. Oliver is still staring straight ahead. He is totally still except for his hand, which is twitching a little, right where the water had hit it. The panic floods back into Lisa's body, stronger than before. She had to know what was going on with Oliver. She reaches over and pulls up the sleeve of his jacket. Underneath the jacket, where Oliver's arm should have been, are a bunch of tangled wires and computer chips. Her parents weren't joking when they said they were going to replace Oliver with a robot. They really did it. Suddenly, Lisa's mom was standing at the bathroom door with her cold stare. Lisa freezes with terror, then quickly pulls down Oliver's sleeve. Her mother nods approvingly and says, "Sweet dreams." After that day, Lisa never broke the rules again.